we are going to toss it to Lauren, because if you are looking for a fun activity with the kids that you will love, we've got you covered. The goats from Rent-A-Ruminant. Ruminant? It's still a hard word.
Ruminant.
Rent-A-Ruminant, Texas, have returned to the Houston Arboretum to help mow or feed on the overgrown vegetation all around those nature trails, which I love.
It's cute, it's helpful, it's adorable. You may remember the goats were here a year ago, last May 2024. This year will be their 6th visit. So Lauren, out at the Arboretum, you can see the goats. They are back in action behind you already.
I love the goat puns, Derek and Tessa, but we were talking about what's one thing, Christine and Kyle, that you've tried before or tried once that you'll never try again?
Yeah, I was going with blue cheese.
Blue cheese,
yeah,
okay, but Kyle's answer.
It's the goat cheese.
Goat cheese, get it? The drum roll, please. I'm just kidding. The goats are back, though, you guys. We're here at the Houston Arboretum. We can't believe that it's the 6th year that they are back. So, Christine, I was trying to explain to everybody what their job is out here so they can get a visual, but tell us what they're doing.
So they are basically just becoming part of our team for 2 weeks at this time. They're helping us clear the understory here of invasive species. Some of those are native and some of those are non-native that just get a little too aggressive. And this is going to help us make it a much more biodiverse and healthy ecosystem.
Okay, so Kyle, to break it down even more for our viewers, when Christine says understory, what are the exact things that they're eating? They're not eating like sticks and things, right?
No, they don't eat the woody material, but they eat privet, yopon. They got some poison ivy in here, and the blackberries as well that kind of just take over, and the goats have no problem eating around all those little thorns.
But they don't get affected by poison ivy by eating that?
They do not. They can readily digest it, have no problems, but it does get on their coats, so that's why we don't want people touching the goats at all.
I gotcha. But people have plenty of time the rest of this week and through the weekend to come out here. So let's tell everybody where we can go once they get out to the Arboretum, where they can find them.
Yes, so there are maps on our website at houstonarboretum.org. We have an event on our calendar with all of the information, which we'll keep updated. If you head to the Nature Center, there are arrows directing you out to the goats, as well as a scannable QR code with a map of where they'll be. So they're in the second section right now. Okay. They've finished their first section, and now they've moved on to the second area.
And it's really easy to find them. It's such a beautiful trail to walk through, Christine. Even if you've never been out here to the Arboretum, finding the goats is half the fun.
It is, and you'll get to see other stuff along the way. You might see armadillos or some frogs, maybe some fun birds. There's a lot to see out here.
Okay, so back to the goats, though. Kyle, how many goats did you bring out here this time?
So this time around, about 120 goats that are out here visiting.
And the best part is that you know the names of all 120 of them.
Yes. We take a lot of time to name them and kind of fit their name to their personality, and I don't know, some of them I think come to their name, but.
And these goats are actually really calm. Like, you'd think that they'd be out here screaming and making lots of noise, but a lot of them are just chill. This heat right now is okay for them, right?
They've been doing pretty well with it. I mean, they have a nice cover here, so it's shady, so they have a place to lie down and sort of get out of the direct heat. But I know that sometimes when it gets too hot, they don't do as well, but they're doing just fine out here right now.
Here's my next question, Kyle. I know everybody wants to know, do they get full? Like, they're out here, their only job is to eat all day long. Do they get full?
They do eventually, and what they do is once they fill up, they kind of lay down and they chew their cuds. So they bring that food back up, chew it some more, and send it back down. It's part of their digestive process.
We've heard that term before.
Yes, that rumination, yes.
That's the rumination. Okay, that's where it stems from.
Yes, absolutely, because they've got a different kind of digestive tract with that 4-chambered stomach.
Yeah.
So they're always chewing. They're doing something. Even when they're laying down, they're usually still working because they're still chewing.
So a little bit about the Rent-A-Ruminant. Where are you guys from? Where do these goats come from?
So we're based in Central Texas, in Brownwood, and we travel all over the state doing this kind of work with parks and cities and even private properties. So we pretty much go all over.
Yeah, and as their 6th time here at the Arboretum, Christine, I would say that every time they visit, it's a success.
It is. I mean, that's why we have them back out. We love having them here. They make it a lot easier for our team to do what they need to do because you can see it's a lot clearer out here. So our conservation team can come in, remove additional things that they don't want here. And it's fun. It's fun to have them out here.
It is fun. And you can definitely smell them as you're walking towards the trail. It's not too bad, okay? It's not that bad. But as of right now, the goats are going to be here until when?
Early next week. Okay. So if you're coming out, definitely come out over the weekend, but they should be here through Monday is what we're guessing. We'll update the website because really it's based on how quickly they work. If they eat really fast, then they leave sooner. If they're taking their time, they'll be here a little longer.
Hey, just like me, I'm a very fast eater. You put my food in front of me and it's gone. But don't go anywhere, you guys. Derek and Tessa, we're going to hunt down some more of these goats and show you some more of the areas that they're in and see if we can get up close to a few more of them and see a few more names. And I know Tessa was out here looking for an armadillo, and we might see one of those.
Might, yeah. We've seen plenty of them in the recent times that we've been along the trail, so it's definitely possible.
All right, Tessa, we're looking just for you.
Okay, listen, I love that place. It is my happy place in the morning. It's right around from me, so I'm going to check out the goats and get me those business cards, because anyone that needs to clear land eco-friendly style, I'm going to go ahead and hand out that business card. Such a fun event there at the Arboretum.
If you've never been to the Houston Arboretum to see the goats from Rent-A-Ruminant, now is your chance, because not only are they adorable, you can actually see them at work. And really, Kyle Carr with Rent-A-Ruminant, why don't you tell everybody what their main job is here at the Arboretum?
Yeah, so we bring in the goats to clean out kind of the understory and invasive species that the Arboretum is trying to get rid of and clean up and bring back native species. And the goats are just great at getting into small areas, doing their work, and moving on.
It's like a really tiny lawnmower that you don't have to power or gasoline, right?
Yeah, it is, and it really is just so fun to have them out here. We love getting the public out here, both to see the goats, but to learn about our conservation efforts, and it's such a nice dual thing that we get to do.
It really is like putting your studies into physical ways of getting to be able to see it in person, right?
It is, and you know, it's such a good learning opportunity. We've learned a lot having the goats out here, but they just do such a great job and help so much with what we do out here with the
And this is not, Kyle, the first area that they've been working on while they've been here. This time, the 6th time around.
Yes, correct. So we did the first area that was up by the parking lot, and now we're back here way in the back with the goats in area number 2, and it's a more woodland area, and it's tough to get in here when you're a human, but once the goats come in and clean everything out, it's very easy to access for the staff and do work that they need to do to keep the woodlands the way they want to see it.
Okay, well, right now we have 3 very, very sweet goats. I'm not kidding. These are like dogs. These are like very well-behaved dogs. Pongo, Breve, and Beckham are right here, but how many goats are out here in total, about?
There's 120 goats out here today.
And you know the names of all of them?
Yes,
And
they have names.
I have to know, though, the call that we just saw Kyle do, like, how did they figure out that that means to come to dad? Like, you practice that?
Yes, we do. So we train these guys for months at our ranch, just to the whole operation of moving the fences, the routine, the calls.
Yeah.
So we can call them to us if we need to. I do have a border collie that's there to help as well.
Okay.
But we work with these guys for months and months in training. Then we bring them on the road and see how they do. And it's quite a process to get them going.
Christine, for guests who are coming out here to the Arboretum to see them, when do you think that they'll be completely gone?
So we expect them to be gone by early next week. So if you're going to come see them this weekend. Okay. We're open from 7 a.m. until dusk, and these guys are out here all day. So they are out here working the whole time that we're open. So you can come see them, and information is on our website at HoustonArboretum.org with maps and information about how to find them.
Which is really helpful if you're not as familiar with the trails here at the Arboretum. That map will be a great help for people to get around. But also, when the goats leave, you have a ton of other fun events happening here at the Arboretum.
We do. If you've never been out here, we're 155 acres. We have 5 miles of trails. We have classes for kids, adults, families. We actually have a sip and stroll coming up. So if you want to see the goats this Friday and get some beverages and enjoy yourself on the trails, sign up for that. We've got so much going on.
That is absolutely, that and Tapas on the Trails are one of my 2 bazillion, you guys have so many events here, but again, I'm going to put a link up at HoustonLife.tv, but I don't know, we've made such good friends here today. Do you have a favorite? I know, Christine, these goats have been coming out here since 2020, and you've seen, like, from top to bottom, all the goats that come. Can you still pick out a favorite?
Some of my favorites are unfortunately no longer with the herd. Goats do get old and have to retire.
Right.
But I do love seeing, Debbie is one of my favorites out here.
We saw Debbie today.
Even Beckham is one of the, there's so many that I just remember from the very first time, and it's great to see them every time.
And we laugh, Kyle, but do they like these head scratches, like behind their ears? Is it kind of just like a dog, how they can't stick their paws in their ears and stuff?
They do, and often you'll see them, they will rub their horns on trees, kind of get the bark, and they'll strip that bark on some of the saplings that we don't want in here.
Okay.
But it's also great because then they can scratch that hard to reach place between their horns.
I need one of those back scratchers that I can do too. And I'm just laughing because Adam is right here, but you can look at all of these guys and know their names no matter what, like a true dad.
Yes. I spend a lot of time with these guys, and they've got their own little unique personalities, and most of them are very friendly, but I've got a few that are just like, I'd rather not be close to you today.
Yeah, the feisty ones are back under the shade somewhere, right? Yeah.
Yes, they kind of keep their distance, but they still do their work.
Amazing.
You know?
Well, Kyle, thank you so much. Christine, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. HoustonLife.tv for all the info. Tessa, can you pick a favorite? Because they're just so cute. Look at this little Pongo. He's just the sweetest. He's letting me just rub his head like a dog.
Lauren, I love them all. I
With a
love
little
that he has names. I
goatee.
love Adam. I love even the misbehaved ones. I'd probably be a misbehaved goat myself somewhere in the back getting into trouble, but they are such sweeties, Lauren. Do you have a goat call before we sign you off here?
A goat call? Ooh, that's a Kyle thing. We really only should do it once, but if you want to do it one more time.
One more time?
One more time.
Okay, let's see if they...
Okay, let's see if they do it.
All right. Go-to, 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 go-to!
He's like,
They're like, we're already here.
everybody is responding right. Yep. Uh-oh, Kyle, we got to get him a treat now.
Thank you for abusing the magic word for our viewers. We love seeing all those precious babies. And get out there to the Arboretum because that is one of the most excellent green spaces here in the city.